Hey everyone, my name is Kentat. You may call me Kas. I am a game programmer now transitioning into a software or web developer based in Penang, but I'm interested in remote. So before I was starting my journey in coding, I was actually quite lost in picking which field to go to. I had three choices: doctors, engineering, or an option that my family would want me to go, but I didn't want to, law. I was like, nah, law, that is definitely something that's not compatible with me. So in the end, I checked out the doctor's booth and the engineering booth in KDU Penang. And that's when I figured out, back then also, before I started coding, I love to play games. So why not? I started my journey in coding in games. When I was a kid, I was pretty obsessed with a certain genre called strategy games. It requires quite an amount of effort to produce them. And they are also a lot of fun. So from that alone, and knowing that to make those games, you need a dedicated team of artists, programmers and designers, meaning it's a high collaborative environment. That's what got me interested. Hopefully in the future, I can come out and become the developer to produce the same product for my audience. So my end goal for programming is to basically create a product that is useful for everyone, in this case games, if not secondary software, basically to satisfy the needs of as many users as possible. For the difficulties encountered when I was in the journey of coding, it would definitely be when I was in KDU Penang, picking up the skill of the C++ language. Particularly, there is this topic at the beginning where we had to learn how to pass by reference or pass by value using pointer and ampersand. That's where I got hard stuck for at least a week or two trying to understand how that concept worked. So to summarize, pointer and ampersand, those two are the worst pain points I had to go through. So before I joined Sigma School, we need to take a step back. I was actually a game developer, as mentioned. However, the game development scene in the local industry mostly favors the artists, while the programmers not so much, and the designers a lot worse. So I joined Sigma School to upskill myself, to increase the range of skills I have, so I'm not just stuck to game development. As I've noticed, say for example, the strategy games I mentioned, StarCraft, even though one might think you just use a game engine, it can work, but it actually combines several back-end and front-end skills as well. Because for example, if you want to do a leaderboard and stuff like that, you need software skills as well. Especially if the team is small, where you have to wear many hats. You can't just rely on full game development skills to succeed. So if the game development industry is not doing so well right now, I could always have these skill sets from Sigma School to bounce into software and web. My experience in Sigma School has been great, if not better than my degree actually, because back in my degree, even my diploma, we had to take electives. Even if we get an A in the subject, one of the pain points is Bahasa Malaysia. I got an A, but they still wanted me to take that. I was like, why do I need to waste 3 months of my life learning something that I'm already that level of proficiency? But it is what it is. In Sigma School, we don't do all of that. We jump straight into the meat. We learn all the skills on the spot, on the dot. And also the projects we produce on the spot, like every day, project after project. That's one thing I value in boot camps more than college now. Absolutely. Basically, during one of the modules I've just encountered this month, at the time of recording, there was one incident where we were all stuck learning a new concept on the front end, and our instructor actually took all the time and dedication. Even though the class is going to extend late, he doesn't mind. Even though he's late for lunch, he doesn't mind. He jumps in and helps all the students to make sure we understand this concept. For those who don't know, well, this is one of those concepts, the Swiss Army knife concept, Redux. That is a nightmare to learn for a lot of us. Even for me with a game dev background, I learned that concept, I'm like, what the hell? So thanks to this instructor, Manjie, MJ, we all managed to survive. Upon graduating from Sigma School, I'm actually looking to increase the amount of job applications I'm going to send, with their guidance of course, and see where I go from there, honestly. So it's pretty uncertain, but not bleak. It's actually quite optimistic. I'm actually quite positive about where I'm about to go, because now, after graduating from Sigma School, the number of skills under my belt will be increased by quite a huge margin. Back-end, front-end, check. Data structures and algorithm, check. First off, I would like to thank Paris, because at the very start of the semester already, I was pretty, how would I put it? I was pretty confused As in, I came into this course wanting to upskill, but at the same time, my past interviews have been pretty bad. So I needed someone to ask for tips on should I graduate, how will I best approach interviewers. So on the first month, I thank Haris for this. He has been spending a lot of his time in separate meetings outside of class, guiding me on how to best approach interviews. Second person will be MJ Manje, the instructor I mentioned earlier about helping all the students in Redux. He is one of those lecturers or instructors I would say is even better than my diploma and degree. Even though his English is not good, but he takes all the extra effort to make sure everyone understands what is taught in every lesson. He doesn't leave anyone behind, that's for sure.